Hi, my loves. How are you? Hope everything is good with you guys. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button for me. It would mean the world to me if you're returning. I thank you for coming back. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up button for me, guys, so I can get some more of these videos out for you guys. The more that you guys like and watch my videos, the more I can produce and the more I can get out to you. So today I want to do a walkthrough of a pretty special deck. I think it's special. This is the Lost Tarot of Nostradamus by John Matthews and Will Kingan. And it is by Tuttle Publishing. And here is the box. I love Nostradamus. I think his prophecies are absolutely amazing. And I am very excited to get into and to work with this deck. So let me read you the back, guys. It says, the most famous visionary of them all. Michel de Nostradamus, 16th century French apothecary and seer, is best known worldwide for his visionary insights and collections of prophetic writings. The first published in 1555. The prophecies has rare been out of print since his death, and has attracted a following that credits him with predicting many major world events, including the rise of Hitler, the assassination of Kennedy, 9/11, and most recently, the Japanese earthquake and tsunami. Less known is that in 1994, in the Italian National Library in Rome, a manuscript believed to be by Michel de Nostradamus was discovered, along with 80 mysterious paintings, drawings heavily on the symbolism of tarot. With great excitement, John Matthews and Will Kingan realized the implications of his work, and after much research, now bring it to fruition as the Lost Tarot of Nostradamus. With fresh translations of the original quatrains by Caitlin Matthews, the astounding power of the prophecy is married to the predictive imagery of the tarot for the first time. This is, without question, the ultimate oracle for the primary prognosticator, and probably one of the most important decks of our age. This deck, I have looked through the cards. I have read the book. These cards are amazing. To think that you could have this from back in the 1500s is amazing. I love history, so I absolutely love this deck. So let's get the book and stuff out. Here are the cards. They come like this, and they're wonderful. The imagery and the symbolism and everything that they did on this deck are by far fantastic. So here is the book. It's got a lot of information in here, guys. It is 160 pages, and it is loaded with information. So this was published in 2012, and the contents goes into a prefix, so it tells you about what's going on in the search of the Lost Tarot, how they searched for this. The Seer from the South, the Book of Images, the Lost Tarot, reinterpreting the images, shaping the tarot and the prophecies, and translating the quatrains. Then it goes into the major arcana. It goes into the minor arcana. And then it has working with the lost tarot, the Nostradamus spreads, meditating with the lost tarot, the art of a shearship, further reading about the authors, and acknowledgements. So I want to get my notes out because I took some notes when I was going through this book. Okay, so I want to make sure I hit on all of those for you guys. So let me get my notes out. Okay, because I don't want to read directly from the book. So I just want to hit on some key points. His writings were back from the 16th century French. He used alone referencing monks or priests as being solitaries. His date of birth was 1503 to 1566. His real name was Michael de Nostradamus. I told you that. Centuries. His collection of prophetic writings. He foresaw Napoleon, the rise of Hitler, the assassination of JFK, the collapse of the Twin Towers. He was born in St. Remy in Providence on December 14th of 1503. So he was a Sagittarius. He studied grammar and rhetoric and philosophy at Avignon. Went on to study medicine. He went into prophecy. He met Anne Ponsarde, and they were later married. They lived in a pleasant home, and he built on a third story to his home that consisted of an astrology room where he wrote the book Centuries, he was a skilled astrologer and astronomer and alchemist. He had 6 children, and he lived in Ceylon. The Lost Book had images, thoughts to be Nostradamus's visionary insights of the tarot deck that he began but was never completed. His drawing includes a lot of popes, alchemistry, references, zodiac, celestial images. It had rooted in the world of the Roman Catholic Church of the late Renaissance. Many papal figures, the Triple Crown, along with natural and supernatural creatures. So the suit of stars is going to be Mercury. The suit of suns is going to be, the suit of stars, which would be the swords. They have a lot of religious figures in those suits. And it's also along the lines of Mercury, okay? The suit of suns, which would be the wands, are monarchs in the figures. And that would be the metal copper. The suit of moons, which would be the cups, which occultists and philosophers are in those. And it would be the metal silver. The suit of spheres, which would be the pentacles, alchemists and scientists, and that would be the metal of lead. Okay, the major arcana is considered the metal of gold. Okay, so that's what the notes that I have that I wanted to make sure that I specified for you guys. I'll read you his quatrains on some of them. I don't want to read all of them. So I hope these are in order. It doesn't look like they are. Let me get these out here. Oops. Let me see here. I thought I had these in order. Oh, it doesn't look like I do. Yes, I do. But what's this one? Okay, so those are the court cards. All right. Okay, I got it, I think. Okay, so let's start with the backs. These are very thick cards. I don't know how they're going to riffle shuffle. I haven't worked with these. But there's the backs of the cards. Very pretty, reversible. If you guys read reverse, I don't. So let's flip these over here. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to read you the quatrains to these cards because they're very interesting. Okay, so here's the Fool. Or I'll read you, I won't read you the quatrains, guys. I will go in and read you what the prophetic references are to these cards so that you guys can see his prophecies. So let's do this here. Okay. So the first one's the Fool. And the imagery of these cards is awesome. You see him, and he's setting off on his adventure there. Oops, I got a mess on my desk here. Or table, I should say. Okay. So we see him, and he's setting off on his adventure. He's leaving his tower. He's setting off on an adventure, right? So the book says the reference is the UK Race Relations Act of 1976, which recognized gypsies and Irish travelers as ethnic groups. Okay. His prophecies are amazing. I've read some of his prophecies, and he was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So here we have the Magician. And I love the little head on the dragon. Can you guys see? It's got that head here. And you got to remember, these imageries are back from the 1500s. Okay. So the reference is all kinds of strange beliefs and skills manifest. Possibly the end of the 20th century, when belief in alternative spirituality was at its height. If you guys love history and you love Nostradamus, you will love these cards. I think they're absolutely amazing. Here we have the Papes. Very religious figures in this deck. Of course, I was brought up strict Catholic. I went to Catholic school for 4 years. So I was very in tune with all of this. The loss of the Cinque Ports during the reign of Mary Tudor. Beautiful Empress card. They did an amazing job of bringing everything together in this book. Even just to read this book, the information is amazing. The prophetic reference, the French Revolution, secular principles valued over sacred. Yeah, he was an amazing man. These cards are thick, so I think I got 2 of them. So this would be the Emperor. Sometimes taken to be a reference to Abraham Lincoln and also Napoleon or the French King Henry V. Next is the Hierophant. I love these religious images. Just takes me back to being in school. A period in which old traditions prior to Christianity are seen to have great value. Oops. Next is the Lover's card. The marriage of Prince Charles and Princess Diana. This is all stuff that you guys can read his books. This is all stuff he predicted to happen back in, his day. And it's like, it's amazing, the prophecies that he had. Next is the Chariot, and I love the box here and the babies in the box in the Chariot. The execution of King Charles I and the assassination of President JFK, John F. Kennedy. Next is Justice. The establishment of the New World Order in the 23rd century. So that hasn't happened yet. The Hermit. Beautiful Hermit card. The French and Russian Revolution. But he also has all the quatrains in here. He has the original text in here. And he also has what he wrote and how they've interpreted it. So, like, on the Hermit card, it says, 2 revolutions made by the evil sickle wielder, Saturn, changes both kingdoms and their dispensations. Next is the Fortune's Wheel. I love this card. A future change in the balance of power for the 2 unicorns, the United States and Great Britain. Next is Fortitude. The Ascension of Queen Elizabeth I. The Hanged Man. Was the rise of Napoleon. It's amazing how he knew this stuff. And it goes in here how he came up with this. It was all in the stars. It was all in astrology. Astrology is huge for tarot. If you guys don't, I think you should really get into learning the astrology. I'm learning. There's so much to it. Death. But I think it helps you to in tune to the cards more. This is the end of World War II. Temperance is next. The execution of Mary, Queen of Scots. The devil. I love the reference here. The devil. The rise to power of Adolf Hitler. Definitely the devil, huh? Definitely. The burning tower. Oops. The attack on the Twin Towers in New York on September 11th of 2001. The hybris of capitalism brought into contact with its own transience. So the Twin Towers, guys. The Star card. The history is the part that I love about this deck. This is U.S. and Russia alliance in the 23rd century. The moon. A great change in human destiny in the 21st century. Next is the sun. Philosophy rules over science in a future time. Judgment. Love the judgment here. And the judgment is the French Revolution. The completed world. Oop. Yep, the completed world. The end of time. The prophet's work is done. So that was the major. Let me make sure these other cards are in order here. They should be because I made sure that they were. Or I thought I made sure that they were. So let's see here. The minor. The suit of stars. So the metal would be Mercury. So that's not them. That's not them. Oh, you guys. What color are they? They're all in different colors. There it is. Okay. So they're these brownie colors. Okay. Now these ones don't have, per se, the, you got to read the book. But these, per se, don't have the, your prophecy in here. It just has, the interpretation. But it does have the quatrains. So here is the one of stars. And what did I say stars were? Let me go back to my notes, guys. Stars are swords. So that would be the ace. or the one of stars is how they do it. And the quatrain on this says, ignorant jealousy is upheld before the great king. He will propose a defense of the writings. Which cards am I doing here? Okay, the Two of Stars. Peace moves closer one way and war the other. Never was it so earnestly prosecuted. The Three of Stars. There's so much symbolism in these cards, and it does go in the book. It tells you the different symbolism. Rule and law will be raised up under Venus. Saturn will have empire over Jupiter. The Four of Stars. Evil 2. He who opens the newly found tomb and does not immediately close it. Look at the symbolism in that card, guys. I mean, there's so much. Okay, the Five of Stars. The great ark is torn down to its foundation by the chief captive of the of the sought for friend. Six. Between two rivers, one will be trapped. Barrels and casks will be joined to pass beyond. So these two are prophecies, guys, but they don't have it in the book. So that's why I want to get another one of his quatrain books so that I can go in and read this and see what it has been interpreted as these. Here's the Seven. 7 conspirators at the feast will shine against the 3 of iron from the ships. I think he had like, oh my gosh. I don't even want to quote, but I know he had a lot of the quatrains that he wrote. This would be the 8 of Stars. Through great danger, the captive escapes. Quite soon, fortune will be changed. I want to make sure I got the right one here. No, that's not the right one. Okay, so I think, let me see here, guys. Okay. Now, wait a minute. I must have skipped a page. Yes, I did. Okay. So here we have the 9. From the human herd, 9 will be set aside, denied judgment and counsel. 10 is the 10 of Stars. When the sun's eclipse shall come, The monsters will be seen in broad daylight. Okay, now on to this one. 11 is the postulant of stars. So that would be your page. A holiness too quiet to beguiling, together with a foretelling tongue. So this would be the knight, the cardinal of stars. The insane rage of furious strife will cause dining brothers to flash their blades. "13, abbess of stars. The lady is greatly affected by death, mother and guardian to her departed bloodline." And the king, king would be the Pope of stars. Which makes sense because the Pope is the high up, you know. The shining deed of the newly elected elder will be blown south by the northward wind. Okay, well, let's make sure I got these in order here. Okay, so the next one would be the sunny. So it would be these, 1, 2. I think this is right. So the 2 of suns, the suns are the wands, and they're monarchs in this one. The sun and the eagle will minister to the victor. The vanquished are allayed by futile assurances. I can't wait to work with this deck. Okay, and that's not right. So let's see here. These are confusing until you get to know them. I don't know, that's confusing. So did I just read you the wrong one? So where's the 1? All right, I'm confused, guys. Okay, so we got the sunflower. So where's the 1? Okay. Sorry, guys. I screwed up. That's the ace of sun. Okay. I thought I had them right. So here is the 2 of sun, which makes sense, the yellow with the sun. When the sun takes up the cycle of his missing days, then the summit of the prophecy will be accomplished. All right, let me move those. 3 of sun. So again, the sun is wands. When Venus is covered by the sun, then beneath its splendor will be hidden. Four of sun. Those of the soil will be sustained by it. The spade gives hope to every acre. So do you guys see the monarchs in here, in the cards? Five of Suns. The laws of Sun and Venus contend with each other over who will acclaim the spirit of prophecy. So I want to make sure I got these cards. 6. The larger force will be driven from the road. Scarcely much further will it be pursued. Seven. Beaten by 7 bishops with heavy vine sticks, by those who will take over authority. The 8 of Suns. I love the little cherub guy. Peace will spread over the people's earth. There will be travel by sky, earth, sea, and wave. Can you kind of see the prophecies in these? I hope so. 9. Accords and pacts will be broken. Friendships will be undermined by discord. It's my kitty wanting in. Here's the 10. The false message about a fake election runs through the city. The ruptured pact is canceled. Huh. The 11 is the Page of Suns. A simple soldier will attain an empire. He will graduate from a short tunic to a long robe. The Knight of Suns. He will leap to such high-flown deeds. He will have no equal in the heresy. Next we have the Lady of Suns. Born into the world of a furtive concubine. At 2, she is raised high, thanks to the sad news. Here is the Prince. The Prince of Suns. The leader will guide the everlasting people far from their native sky to foreign tongues and customs. So the next one is going to be the Suit of Moons. And moons are cups. Let me make sure I get these right here, guys. I think they're these ones. Yes. I think. Let's not jump too far ahead of myself here. Okay. So there's the Ace of Moons, or the one of moons, and they don't call it the ace, but people gather to see the newest spectacle. Princes and kings with worshipful attendance. The 2. I cannot get this, so there. 2 besieged by ardent passion. Their thirst will not be quenched by 2 full cups. The 3 of moons. The land will be under the influence of the lunar globe, during which time Mercury will be dominant. The 4 of moons. Oh, these are occultists and philosophers in the moon cards, okay? Forgeries of gold and silver multiply, so that after their seizure, they are thrown into the lake. Oh, these cards are so thick, guys. I keep feeling like I have 2 of them. But I love the old imagery. They will offer themselves to Luna within the quints, where they will be taken and placed in a strange land. They make you wonder, don't they? The 6. When 2 malignities of the scorpion conjoin, the great lord is murdered in his room. 7. The divine word will be stricken from the sky. It will not be possible to go further forward. The 8 of moons. During the great regnant king's reign, the great brass gates will be opened by force. I wish I knew enough about history to be able to connect these. That's why I want to get some books and read. Because I do know some history, but I don't know enough, you know, to know where these quatrains are coming to, or his prophecies are coming to. Here's the 9 of moons. Joy to humans who renew the promise. Health, fertility, joy, and a time of honey. And I love that the book has the original meaning, or the original writing in here. Not that I can read it by any means, but I like that it has that in there. The 10 of moons. The tree which has so long been dried up, dead, the one night will become verdant again. Next we have Neophyte of Moons for the page. The ambassador set forth with small convoy. Midway he is pushed back by the unknown. The 12 or the 11. What did I do? Skip one? No, 12. Okay. Initiate of moons. The new philosopher of single mind has already perceived the moons in the depth of night on the high mountain. So the 8, or the 13. Prophetesses of moons. Cold, dryness, danger around the borders, even where the oracle has its beginnings. And the master of moons. The augur and the chief will put forth their hands to the king. From the king will come a peaceful emperor. Cool. Okay. So the last suit is the suit of spheres, which are the pentacles. All right. And this is lead. Oops. All right. Here's the 1, which would be the ace in our thinking. Not far from there, a treasure is hidden, which for many centuries has been sequestered. Two of spheres. 2 bodies, 1 head, forces divided into 2. Reply to what 4 are hearing. The 3 of spheres. The newcomers from an undefended place will dwell in a previously uninhabited land. All right, which way do I go here? Four of spheres. Great confusion about the undertaking. Loss of generations, uncounted treasures. Five of spheres. The sublime form, invisible to the naked eye, will be verified by obsessive thoughts. Six. And these are alchemists and scientists in these figures. Great compassion will not be long delayed. Those who give will be forced to take. Seven of spheres. Treasure rediscovered gives offense to all, and within 2 places near the basilica. Or basilica. I'm sorry. Whoa. The basilica. I should know this. The 8 of sphere. Born under the subjugation of shadows, he will reign supreme and with sovereign kindness. The 9 of spheres. The great one will be the captain of the world. No other will be more loved, proclaimed, or so feared. The Ten of Spheres. In the free city, the sound of the lute, encompassed by cymbals and great mirth. The Apprentice of Spheres. He remains seated on the square stone, facing south, set in the window. Astrologer's sphere. I love these names. So great will grow the astronomical crew that hunted and banished, their books will be censored. The Astronomer's sphere. Put in chains and the ends of harsh cable. In the years when Mars, Venus, Sun appear in the summer. And the last one, guys, is the Alchemist of Spheres. The holy word gives meaning to the substance that makes heaven, earth, hidden gold, and the mystic art of the mystic art. Awesome. So guys, I hope you like this. This is going to be a really cool deck to work with. And like I said, this book is loaded with information. So if you guys have that, that you guys think that you might get into Nostradamus or the astrology, the stars, prophecies, this is a deck to get. I don't think it's going to be for an everybody deck, but I do think that it is a wonderful deck, especially for me, because I am so into the, trying to get into the astrology, and I love philosophy. So I think this is awesome. So I hope you liked it. If you guys did, hit that like button. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I would so much appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a beautiful and a wonderful day today. Bye. I love you.